Coronavirus. What a life it has been thanks to this coronavirus. But in this video, I want to share with you what are the 5 steps I took to really overcome the stress and the challenges that coronavirus has brought into my life, and how you too could actually kind of accept and embrace and get through it and still feeling happy and strong. Hi guys, my name is Lynn Podetti and I run an online business called Outsourcing Angel, and in this channel I am here to help you achieve time and financial freedom. And so if you're new to this channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button and press the bell so that it notifies you when my video is up. And so in this video, I want to talk about how the coronavirus has really affected my life and how I've really learned to fight through it, and feeling really positive and strong right now. So first of all, the coronavirus, of course, has affected everybody. Some worse, some not as bad. And I would call myself as very fortunate. So, as you know, some people have died, some people have lost their jobs, some people, just have, things have been really different for them. But for the majority of people, including myself, the only inconvenience for us is kind of just having to stay at home, not going anywhere, and having my kids around. But I still have a job, I still have a business, and so I'm very grateful that that's what's really happened. The challenging thing is, of course, business became a lot more difficult. We started to have some client cancellation and client downgrading because they couldn't afford it anymore, because their clients affect them and it affects us. And so I definitely felt the challenge. I felt, oh my God, what's happening and how are we going to get through this? And so I want to share with you the 5 steps that I took to get through it. The first thing is I accepted it. Like, I can't control it. It is what it is, and that's what we need to do. We just accept it is a situation and it's here to stay. It is what is happening. And when you accept something, you give yourself power to now move on to the next step. It's like, okay, what am I going to do about it now? Or like, how am I going to pivot my business or change my life, because it is what it is. Whereas when we're thinking about how do we change the situation, like, oh my God, like, why is this, like, how could this be? Why is it like this? And we're questioning it as if we're wanting to change the situation, and we actually can't. We actually create a lot of stress. So when things happen, when something bad happens, we just go, it's happened. We have to accept it. Like, coronavirus has happened, the lockdown has happened, so accept it. We don't go frustrating at, like, why is the Prime Minister doing this? Why is Trump doing that? Why is this and why is this? We just accept it. If there's a lockdown, we don't go, why are we doing this lockdown? We kind of just say, okay, lockdown then, all right? I'm just going to stay home. Like, how am I going to change my life to adapt to this change that is not in my control? I cannot change what the government does. So the first step is accept. And now that you've accepted the situation, you have 2 ways of looking at it. You either look at it in a negative way, or you try to look at things in a positive way. So I chose to be positive, and I've always been more of a positive person, and that's what's really given me that strength and power to get through all of the adversities I've ever got through. And over time, it's a lot easier to go through adversities and feeling positive about it. Back in the days, I was positive with that kind of like, I hope things turn out, and I kind of feel it's going to turn out well, but it's so hard. I don't know, but whereas going through with a lot of challenges and going through heartbreaks and difficulties in many ways, and you survived it so much, then the certainty is a lot stronger. I actually felt positive in a sense that I know it's going to be okay. It's not only is it going to be okay, it's going to be even better. Like, things have always turned out much better. It's like the breakup that you didn't want, you end up meeting your future husband, and you're like, how could I even date that guy in the first place, right? And so being positive, really seeing that everything will turn out great. And so when you start to think positive, you start to see, for example, staying home isn't that bad if you start to look at your being with your family. The fact that you can't see your friends, but you're starting to call your friends more, and you're having virtual catch up, and you're laughing over the computer, and you're just spending more time with them virtually, even though you're not seeing them, is a positive thing, right? And me and my kids started to go for runs together as a family. So me and my husband and my kids, we went for a run around the park, which is next door to us. Instead of going to the gym, we were running around the house. We started to embrace using our own house more, right? We have a pool, and we have a park nearby, we just use that more. Whereas in the past, we lived next to a park, but we just took it for granted. We just drove around and spent money going to cafes and restaurants, and we just spent all the money. And so there is a lot to be positive about. And so for me in my business, the positive side is that I know that once this passes through, more and more people are going to be wanting a virtual assistant, because they're now having to work online and accept that this is a new life and that you can do things virtually. So they're going to be more open-minded to virtual assistants. They're going to want to hire virtual teams from us. So I can see even the positive to the future, even though right now I feel like things hasn't really changed that much. It's not like we're getting influx amounts of clients or anything. If anything, we're like trying to save the existing client and trying to work hard into maintaining the resource that we currently have, right? But the positive outlook to kind of seeing the trend and seeing that this will even be better, it's really made this experience a lot more easier to manage. Now, the next third thing is embrace. So we've accepted it, that it is what it is, and we are going to choose to think of the positive and even avoiding the negative news and giving yourself better perspective on life. Like, for example, okay, coronavirus is bad, but so is other deaths and being understanding about the other hundreds of millions of people that also die in other things. So coronavirus itself isn't the worst thing in the world, right? So it just gives you a better perspective. But then embracing the current situation. So for a short period of time, we are going to be locked down and having to spend time at home with the family, and the kids are at home and we're having to look after them more. But it's not forever. We are going to get back to normal life, and that means that once it's back, then we don't have to, we're not going to spend as much time with them. I'm not traveling as much because of the travel restriction, but that means I'm spending more time in Sydney in my home. And so I'm just embracing the current situation. Right now, the team in my company is working really hard, and we're very bonded because we were kind of fighting the challenge together. And so we are really embracing the kind of hustle feeling and the kind of this kind of like fire on your ass kind of thing. When there's fire on your ass, you're like motivated and you're like working hard. I'm actually embracing that, because I think that sometimes you need a real challenge to push yourself as if you're on a startup stage. Like if something's is drastically happening, you're like pushing yourself harder, right? Although it's stressful, I'm actually embracing it, and that it is kind of something rare or not often that we feel that way. And when we do, we're more innovative and we're more hardworking and more motivated. And so it's really embracing this current situation, because it's not going to last long. And of course, new things will be different, and it's going to be better for us once with the lockdowns or better. But even right now, just embrace what we have, because then it becomes so much more enjoyable. Now, the fourth thing was that a lot of people end up through this challenge became more serving. Like even for myself, I normally don't even go on Facebook Live on my personal account, but then I felt the need to serve. I felt like I wanted to help more people, and so I end up doing a happiness show every single day for 2 weeks and just help people and just give myself out to help people. And I have people reaching out to me wanting to learn more about outsourcing, and I was just giving advice and really helping all the entrepreneurs are just reaching out to each other and seeing how we can help one another. We are also just reaching out to our clients and trying to serve them and helping each other. And so we see a lot of people coming out to serve, trying to help one another. And it's a beautiful thing, right? Because when there's problems, like it's like when the fire was happening in Australia, there were so many people donating together we donated millions and millions of dollars for people that we care for. But it was through adversity that it pushed us to do something for others. And when we do that, that's what humanity is about. Humanity is really about serving and helping people, and that's the best fulfillment feeling for yourself. And that is the purpose of life. We are given this life on earth not to be the best person for ourselves and be this almighty. It's really about how have you made people remember you for, like what do they remember you for? And it's usually because you're helping people, because you're kind to people, because you're loving, because it's how you serve. So I really saw that coronavirus has really helped us serve more people and being united and a togetherness. And finally, the step 5 for me has been just focusing on each day. So the planning that I would normally do would have been, when life is predictable, you can kind of plan like, all right, in 1 year from now or 6 months from now, these are the tasks I'm going to do in my business, and this is what I'm planning to do. This is the travel plans that I'm going to do. But because of this coronavirus, it's really made me kind of live more focused on the present moment, kind of like, we don't know when the lockdown is going to finish or when we can travel. So I'm not planning far for in terms of traveling time. But even in business, I can't really plan far because I don't know how the market's going to change or when it's going to change. So I'm really looking at a very, very short term basis. So the short term is kind of like 1 to 2 weeks. At the beginning, it was just planning 1 or 2 weeks kind of activities. And then now I'm actually planning more like 1 to 2 months. I can't even think as far as 3 months because I just don't know how people will react to our services or the things we're trying to do. And so then really the only control I have right now, which I think everyone should be doing moving forward, is just focusing on each day, like doing the best each day. So every day you make sure that you're looking after yourself, getting fit, you're meditating, you're working, you're still serving the world or your friends, and you're kind to everyone, and you do the best each day because you don't know what tomorrow is going to be. You don't know what the next week is going to be. But if you just do really well today, because remember, even with this coronavirus thing, every day there is a news media, like this government's changing this, government's changing that. There's always some changes, and some changes are actually favorable for you. So I just really try to live each day and focus on each day. And I think that's the best thing we could do, because each day lived well equals years and years of living well, and that is what you call life. Life is really the bricks that you're stacking. Each brick is each day you're stacking on, and eventually you build this amazing house or amazing legacy for your life. And so those are my 5 steps for you to really get through this coronavirus, even though I know we're still in the middle of it. But I think that this has helped me get over it, and even though we're in the middle of it, it's just what I'm doing every day to make sure that I'm performing at a peak state, and that I'm happy, that I am present for my family and friends and in my business. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you want more news and content regarding outsourcing or how to scale a business or grow your business, do check out the Outsourcing Angel website, which is my business, my Outsourcing Angel business. And we have a lot of free resources and free guides for you to learn how to do a lot of things. And so do check out my channel on Outsourcing Angel. But other than that, if you have any questions for me, feel free to put in the comments below, and do connect with me on my other social media networks. Thank you, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button. Thank you. Bye.